Welcome to the video on BreakingPoint Virtual Edition. I'm Stephen Duffy, Senior Systems Engineer. Today we will be discussing how to easily deploy BreakingPoint Virtual Edition into a vCenter environment.
The steps to accomplish this is going to be the following. First is downloading the BreakingPoint virtual controller from Keysight Support, importing into vCenter, modifying the VM settings to include network adapter and static IPs, and then deploy out virtual blades and add licenses. To expedite this video, it is already expected that you downloaded the OVAs. So we're first going to log into vCenter. We're going to pick data center that you want to use and deploy OVF template. We're going to choose local file, upload file. Click next, give it a name, verify the location. Next, validate the server it's going to go on. So click next, license agreement, accept. For these, I'm just going to choose a thick provisioned in my data store 1. And now for management, this is very important because this is where you're going to access the web GUI as well as how the actual blades are going to be connecting up into your BreakingPoint controller. Finish. This is going to take a few minutes due to its size. Now, once the BreakingPoint controller gets deployed, we're just going to go in it and check some of the settings. I would not recommend less than 4 virtual CPUs or less than about 8 gigs of RAM. Now this will depend on how many virtual blades you want it to manage. Also, it depends on how many tests you're running and what type of statistics. Then I would also recommend that if you're doing a large amount of testing, increase this to 100 gig. It gives you a lot more flexibility on the amount of space for your test results and your configurations. Now we're going to start the VM. Now the first time that this starts up, it is going to take a while because it is going to be initializing a database. And so this can take anywhere from 2 to 4 minutes. Click on it, and we're just going to use the web console for now. Once you see this come up, it's ready to log into. Log in with the netadmin login, all lowercase. Now, I'm just going to do a question mark to show you. You have a few options here. So from here, you can set the IP address. We will be using the following command. Set IP, next is interface, control 0, and then the IP address you want to use, followed by the mask, which is insider notation, and then the gateway, and enter. Then as you can see, it will reboot on its own. After it comes back up, once you see the login here, we're going to actually go over to the web GUI and start doing the configuration from there. Log back in with netadmin. We're just going to verify it's at 2021.225. Now we're going to open up a web browser or a new tab and go over to that IP address. Login is admin. Okay. Administration launch. VM deployment. And now we're going to configure a virtual blade. Now the way we're going to do this, we're basically going to SSH into your ESXi host. So I just need the IP address, username, password. Okay, it's connected. Now you're just going to give the blade a name. How many blades do you want to deploy to this host? Right now we're just going to do 1. Your storage location. What type of management IP address? I prefer static. And then choose your management network. This whole part is for management. Anything that you put down here is going to be a test port. You can add up to 8 test ports per blade. and press apply. Now click Start Deployment. It will run through all of these steps that you currently see. As you can see here, it finished all of the configuration. You can go down to Manage Virtual Chassis, and you see that it connected one virtual blade with 4 test interfaces. And as you can see here, you can have up to 12 different virtual blades. The last part is your license management. So you just click over here on License, click Activate License, input the information that Keysight Support has sent you, and activate. At this point, you are ready to test. Thank you for listening.